Some of you know that I'm a mom of two young children. And as a result, I'm in a lot of mommy and me groups because where else do we, complain to each other, get advice from each other, go, all of the fun stuff, the funny memes, keep us up late at night. And one of the topics that is often asked in mommy and me groups is, I think my child's a little behind. What do I do? And I'm always wondering, should I chime in? Should I not chime in? Because a lot of times the moms give all this advice, which sometimes it's good advice, but without knowing somebody's specific situation, you don't know. Is a school evaluation more important, better to do, or is an outside evaluation better to do? I'm Frances Schefter with Schefter Law PA, where we help families have a stress-free IEP experience. And today I'm going to talk to you a little about that. If it's a school-based issue, the school is required to evaluate. If you're not sure what your child issues are, you could talk to your pediatrician, you could talk to somebody about, well, I don't think the memory is good, or I noticed the handwriting's off, so that you can figure out what evaluations you're requesting from the school. But you should be able to, in layman's terms, just as a parent, say, these are the issues I'm having that I feel my child is having, and I want my child evaluated. And that's the starting point. A lot of times pediatricians will say, oh, from what you've said, it sounds like your child might have ADHD. I'm going to refer you to get an outside evaluation, which is fine. The problem with that is if your child hasn't been evaluated by the school and you bring the outside evaluation to the school doesn't necessarily need to accept it or use it. And the school might say, well, okay, that's fine, but we want to add our own evaluations. And so what that does now is you've had a meeting and now you're expanding the timeline of when the school has to do it. Whereas if you had done the meeting first and not done the outside evaluation, it would be 60 days. Doing the outside evaluation, the time for that, the time for the report, the time for the school to review, you're already talking about 3 months. And then if the school wants more evaluations, you're expanding it another 2 months. So that's why a school evaluation is usually more important and I shouldn't say more important, but is the most effective use of time, because the school will accept its own evaluation. And then if there's an issue with the evaluation, you can always request an individual education evaluation, which I have another video on my YouTube channel that you can check out to go into details on that. But so basic in a nutshell, if your child is having issues at school, do the evaluation at school. It saves a lot of time and gets your child the assistance that your child needs sooner. I'm Frances Schefter with Schefter Law PA, where we help families have a stress-free IEP experience.